The world is finally waking up to a startling reality. Orcas aren't just powerful predators, they are strategic masterminds of the ocean. Today we're exploring the remarkable biology and intelligence behind these incredible animals to reveal why many scientists consider them the smartest marine mammals on Earth. Recent viral footage showing orcas teaching their young to hunt with sophisticated wave-washing techniques has prompted researchers to rethink the depth of their learning and cooperation. Studies have also documented orcas imitating human speech-like sounds more accurately than ever before, raising fascinating questions about the limits of their vocal learning. From unique pod dialects and strong family bonds to coordinated hunting strategies and complex social behavior, the evidence continues to grow that orcas possess an extraordinary level of intelligence, making them the undisputed intellectual giants of the underwater ecosystem. Scientists have spent decades searching for the smartest creature beneath the waves, and the answer keeps circling back to one animal wearing a black and white tuxedo. Start with the hardware. Crack open an orca's skull and you're looking at one of the most structurally complex brains ever documented in any species on Earth, including our own. The paralimbic lobe, a region tied to processing emotion, memory, and social awareness, is dramatically expanded compared to almost every other mammal alive. Some researchers argue it's so developed that orcas may process emotional information in ways more intricate than humans do. Not a comforting thought if you're a seal. Now put that brain on a scale. Encephalization quotient, brain size relative to body size, is the go-to metric for ranking animal intelligence, and orcas post numbers that rival or exceed chimpanzees. Bottlenose dolphins score well too, but factor in the sheer surface area and folding of the orca neocortex. The wrinklier the brain, the more processing power packed in, and orcas pull ahead. That folding is linked to self-recognition, once thought to be an exclusively human, or at best great ape trait. Orcas have passed mirror self-recognition tests. They know that the animal staring back is them. Very few species can say the same. But intelligence isn't about raw horsepower sitting in a skull. It's about what an animal does with it, and that starts with something you can't even see. Sound. Orcas don't just make noise, they speak in dialects. Every pod has its own distinct set of calls, passed down not through DNA, but through generations of listening and learning. That's culture, the same mechanism that gives a kid from Texas a different accent than a kid from Boston, except it's happening underwater between animals we used to assume were running on pure instinct. A calf raised in one pod will speak differently than one raised in another, even within the same species and ocean. Rival pods can identify and avoid each other by vocal signature alone. Then there's echolocation, and this is where things get almost unfair. Orcas fire rapid clicks that bounce off objects and return information about shape, density, distance, even what's hiding inside another animal's body. In pitch-black water hundreds of feet down, an orca builds a three-dimensional picture of its surroundings using sound alone, coordinating with its pod like a squadron flying blind on instruments. Dolphins echolocate too, but orcas use it with a precision fine-tuned for hunting apex prey. They're not just detecting an object, they're identifying it, tracking it, and deciding in real time whether it's worth the effort. Knowing where something is, though, is only step one. Take wave washing, a technique performed by pods in Antarctic waters. A seal rests on a floating ice pan, feeling safe. A group of orcas swims in perfect synchronization toward the flow, generating a coordinated wave that floods the ice and knocks the seal into the water. This is a rehearsed, multi-animal maneuver requiring timing and an understanding of physics most animals never demonstrate, and it gets taught, older orcas passing it to younger ones like an underwater apprenticeship. That specialization shows up everywhere. Off South Africa and Australia, certain populations hunt great white sharks with chilling precision, flipping them upside down to induce a paralytic state called tonic immobility before feeding. In Patagonia, a completely different population beaches itself on purpose at just the right angle and wave to snatch sea lion pups off the shore. Same species, different continents, completely different skill sets, each one learned, not hardwired. That's the tell. Instinct doesn't innovate or adapt to a new coastline within a single generation. Orcas do. When a strategy stops working, pods adjust, test new approaches, and teach the successful ones to their young. Flexible, problem-solving intelligence, not blind repetition. None of it works without the social structure holding it together. Orca pods are matriarchal, built around grandmothers who function as the pod's living memory bank, remembering where food was found during lean years decades earlier and leading the pod back to it when times get hard. Some females live for decades after their fertile years end, seemingly to guide the group, a trait shared with humans and almost no other species. Compare that to bottlenose dolphins, who tend toward loose, shifting fission-fusion groups. Orca pods, by contrast, often stay together for life, sons frequently never leaving their mother's side. And when a matriarch dies, the consequences are measurable. Studies tracking pod survival link the death of an older female to a real rise in mortality among the males who depended on her knowledge. Losing one elder can destabilize an entire family. That's not a loose animal group. That's a society with infrastructure. So, line it all up. A brain rivaling our own, capable of self-recognition and complex emotion. A communication system built on culture rather than instinct. Hunting strategies refined and taught across generations. A social structure so bonded that losing one grandmother can ripple through a family's survival odds. Plenty of ocean animals claim one of these traits. Almost nothing claims all four. That's the real argument. Physical dominance is common in the ocean. Sharks have it, whales have it. What's rare is pairing it with cognitive plasticity, the ability to learn, adapt, and teach knowledge that isn't written into DNA. And in recent years, that intelligence has shown up somewhere new. Interactions with maritime vessels off the Iberian Peninsula, where pods have repeatedly disabled boat rudders in what researchers describe as learned, socially transmitted behavior spreading between individuals. Whatever the motive, one thing is hard to deny. This is a species capable of developing new behaviors in real time and teaching them to the rest of the group. So, here's the real question worth sitting with. If intelligence isn't just about brain size, but about culture, teaching, and adaptability, are we underestimating how many other species are quietly doing the same thing right under the surface, where we simply aren't watching closely enough? Drop your take in the comments, because this debate is far from settled. If this kind of deep dive into the ocean's most underrated minds is your thing, hit subscribe, because we've got another one coming that might just challenge everything you think you know about who's really running the show beneath the waves.